Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to help the channel grow and keep up to date with the latest videos. Hi and welcome to another video by me, Flo Joe. Today we are going to be looking at an independent connector that I've created, which is the Fantasy Premier League connector, but we're also looking at how we can use PowerAutomate to use this connector, as well as pass information about your league to your teams, and we're going in depth into some actions. So firstly, what is the Fantasy Premier League? If you're looking at this video and you're wondering what I'm talking about, well, firstly, it is a fantasy league based on the Premier League in the United Kingdom. It's very big. It's got over 10 million users. You essentially pick a list of players, a squad of players based on £100 million investment that you start off with. You then sell and buy players each week. They fluctuate in price depending on how well they are doing, as well as each game week you're then given points based on your player's performance, which ultimately get rounded up to your total points. And each game week the leaderboard of your league gets updated based on the overall points that you've accumulated. And then at the end of the season, the highest points in that particular league wins. And then obviously there is an overall score as well, so the top players then win prizes, etc. So what is the process that we're going to be doing? So we're going to be looking at the PowerAutomate independent connector that requests information. It's then going to get information back from the FPL. We are then going to use that information, manipulate it, and send it to teams. We're going to clean it up and extract exactly what we want. And then Microsoft Teams is going to receive that information and display it to the users. So let's just take a quick look at the actions then. The Classic League is what is traditionally going to be used by the majority of the users. You're going to pass in your league ID, you're going to get all of the information that you want, and then you're going to be able to display rankings, previous rankings, usernames, player names, etc., and total scores. So that's what we're going to predominantly be focusing on this video, but we're also going to take a look at fixtures and how you can look at the previous fixtures, upcoming fixtures, and so on. Then you can also use actions such as game week live data. It gets all the information about that particular game week. You just provide the game week number, such as currently in game week 10, you just put 10 in and it will get all the information of that game week. General information provides information such as team of the week, how many transfers have been done, what's being transferred in, transferred out. Manager's basic information will provide you with information on a manager, which is a user, such as their first name, last name, team names, leagues that they're currently in. Then you've got manager history, which is a more breakdown of like points gained previously, previous years that they've played, transfers that they made, and so on. And then you've got player detailed data, and that essentially shows you information on a particular player in the league. So if you provide Eric Haaland's ID, you'll get information based on him and how many points he's accumulated that week. Without a doubt, it's going to be loads. Okay, so let's jump over to the demo. So this demo is rather large and I've already created it, and I'm going to be walking through what we're exactly doing. So firstly, we've got a manual trigger for our flow. We can set a recurrence here. At Hitachi, I'm sending out this information once a week on a Monday morning at 7 AM Eastern, so that everyone can come into work and either be really happy or really sad depending on their team performance. And then obviously you can have discussions, and as working from home, you want to build relationships with your peers, and this is a good way of doing so, especially if you are interested in fantasy football. Well, the Premier League fantasy football, not American fantasy football. So we've got our trigger then. Then we are initializing an array of teams. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because the Fantasy Premier League gives you a team number. It doesn't give you a name of a team. They must be holding that on their database somewhere or whatnot. But what you can do then is you can just go onto the Wikipedia and copy the list of teams, and essentially it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it starts as the first team, which is Arsenal, and ends at the last team, which is the Wolverhampton Wanderers. And essentially it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all I've done to combat this then is put it into an array. So I've just created a array of strings of the names, and it will start at 0 and end at 19. Now obviously we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 back, so we need to minus a number when we're looking at this, but I'll go in more in depth when we get to that point. So I'm going to start on the left hand side first. We're going to call the classic league standings, and we need to get the league ID. How we do this then is, if I just go to my Hitachi league and I look at the top here, there is a number. So you've got /leagues/ your league ID /standings. If you just copy this number and paste it into the league ID, that will capture all the information from your particular league. When you request it, it will say, okay, this is the league ID I want, give me all the information on this league, and it will come back. Then I want to manipulate that, so I pass in the results. You need to make sure it's the body /standing /results in the classic league, and then you can then pass in all the information you want. So for example, I can say current position, rank, previous position, the last rank, so that's the last rank that you was last week, the name, the player name, so I want the actual names of the players rather than the squad name, because we are internal and we want to know who's who. Then I can pass through the total amount, and then this week's event game total. So what this is doing then is it's creating a HTML table based on the position, the previous position, the name of the player, the total amount of the actual game points that they've gathered, as well as this week's game points, so we can see how everyone's done this particular week. And then what this allows you to do then is this allows you to see if anyone has what the current position of those people, but if anyone's actually changed positions as well, which I did, and I'll show you that when we get to that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look at fixtures. Now this is getting more technical, and I wanted to put this in to show how you can manipulate the data and get very technical with what information you want to display. What I want to do then is I want to get the last 3 fixture results that have been played and provide their scores as well as the team names. So as previously mentioned, I've created an array of names, and all I get back from fixtures is team 1 versus team 7, for example, right? What I'm going to do then is I'm going to just request the fixtures. You don't have to provide any information for that step. I'm going to pass the JSON. What I've done is I've run this previously. I've copied all of that data and then generated from example so that I've got my schema. Then I'm going to use my filter array, and I'm going to use 2 filters on this. I'm going to pass the body of the pass JSON, and then I'm going to use and. So I'm going to do, so and I want to not equal the kickoff time of null, because there are some games that get delayed and not played and stuff like that. I want to make sure that I only get back the ones that have an actual kickoff time. So to clear up the bad data, so to speak, I'm using equals item kickoff of null, and then I'm wrapping that in a not. So I'm saying that I do not want there to be any kickoff times of null, as well as I'm doing a comma here. So I'm doing an and, which is 2 filters, and then I'm doing equals item as finished is true. So I only want games that have been played, not upcoming fixtures. I just want the ones that have been actually played. Then I'm using a compose because I want to sort my array. Now when you use sort, it does it in an ascending order. So as you can see here, I'm doing sort the body array. I've removed the filter array, basically I'm passing in here, and then I'm sorting it by kickoff time. Now as it's ascending, that's giving me the oldest dates first. from the FPL information that they give back. Now I'm then wrapping that in reverse so that I'm getting the latest fixtures first. Okay, so now at this particular point we've gathered the fixtures, we've got rid of any ones that have a kickoff time of null, and we have got rid of any that have not actually been done. We've then sorted our array and reversed it so that we have the latest games that were previously played at the top. Then what I'm doing is I'm using the take function to just take the 3 items from an array, because I only want 3 of the results. I could take 5, 15, 20, 30, whatever I wanted to, but I'm just getting like a previous snippet of the summary for the fixtures that I wanted. Okay, so now we've got 3 results of the latest results of the games played with a kickoff time. Now I'm going to be building another HTML table, so I'm going to be putting the output of that take, and then I'm going to essentially say my home team score, my away score, my away team name, and when that time was played, and it was played in BST, British Summertime. So what I'm doing here then is I'm going through the variables of the team name. So we've got our team names, remember, and we have we're passing in the item number of the team home, so this is giving us the home team number that we're getting back from the fixtures, but I'm subtracting 1 from that, because you've got to remember that arrays are base of 0 and not base of 1. So if Arsenal was 1, we're subtracting 1 from it, so Arsenal would be 0, so we would be getting 0 back, which would then be returning Arsenal from our variables. However, what we are doing then is we're passing in the team name, so the team home score, which would be the number that the fixtures provide, and then we're minusing 1 off of that, because obviously we don't have actually the team name. We want to get the team name from our variables, so we're wrapping it in the square to pass through the number that we've subtracted 1 from to get the actual name of our Premier League team. So in this instance, if we go here, I know that the team is going to be Nottingham Forest, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 16 is the Nottingham Forest number, but in the array it's going to be the 15th one because it starts at 0. So Arsenal is 0, 1, 2, all the way to 15. So I know that Nottingham Forest is going to be passed through here of 16. We're going to then subtract 1 from that to 15. So we're going to be putting in our square brackets 15 and getting the 15th team from a base of 0, which would be Nottingham Forest, and then we would have Nottingham Forest name come through. Then we are just simply passing through the home score, team A score, and we're doing exactly the same thing here, but we're doing team A, which is team away, so team H is team home, team A is team away, and we're subtracting 1 from that so we can get the full team name, and then we are just passing through the time. We're then going into post a message in a chat or channel. Now it depends on what you're doing. If you have a channel set up, an actual team set up to monitor all your Fantasy Premier League shenanigans, you can use that. But in Hitachi, what we are doing is we have a group chat of 20 people. We're all discussing and having a chat and having a good time about discussing what our Fantasy Premier League is getting up to. So what I'm going to be doing then is I'm going to be using group chat. Now I'm going to be using Flowbot, and what that does then is it uses the Flow bot to post on behalf of the person that runs this. And now as I've created it and I am going to be running it on a schedule, I would be the one posting it. But again, I'm just doing a manual trigger for this demonstration, and then I select my group chat. So all you do is select the chat that you're going to be posting into. And then we create the message that gets posted. So I do FPL ranks at, and then what I've just done is a format data time of UTC now. I take the actual day, so I say for example Wednesday or Monday or whatnot. I then pass through the month, the day and the year, so that you can see exactly what day and what date it was actually posted on. I pass through the output, so I'm then putting through the output of the ranks of the HTML table league standing ranks. So I pass that through here. Then I do latest results, and I simply pass through the HTML latest match results here. Okay, so essentially we come in, we create an array of names, we gather our league information and create a table, we gather the fixtures, we pass the JSON of those fixtures, we then filter based on what we wanted, such as they've actually got a kickoff time and they've actually played. We then sort the array by the kickoff time, but then we reverse it so that we get the latest ones at the top. And then we take 3 of those and build a HTML table with all of the scores. And then we pass all of that information into a message that's going to be posted to our team. So let's run a test on this then. I just run this. And I run my flow. So as you can see here, the flow was run successfully. We've gathered all the information. You can see that the HTML table that we've built up here for the league that we've been looking at, as well as the latest results. So as I said previously, we've got now Nottingham Forest rather than the number of 16. We've got Nottingham Forest because we've essentially pass through the 16th number, but with -1 to get to the 15th because we have a base of 0, and then we've just passed that information into teams. So let's jump over to teams and actually take a look. So as you can see here, I've just wrote this is a demo, this is a demo, and then we've got our Flowbot Joan Win via PowerAutomate posting our information. So it has FPL ranks at Wednesday, October 12th, 2022, which is today as of recording this, and then we have all of the position information. We have the previous league standing. So as you can see here, I'm currently 6th. Previously I was 7th, whereas Mr. Tabor is now 7th and he was 6th. You can see the total score that everyone has. So the total score for the top player is 632, whereas I've got 540. So I've got a significant amount that I need to make up. But I've got 67 points this week compared to those around me who got 43. So I am gaining on those individuals, and we can see all of that directly in teams now, rather than having to log into Fantasy Premier League and looking at those individually. We have those for everyone to see, and then we have the latest results, and we've got the home team name, the home score, the away team names. We know that Nottingham Forest drew 1-1 with Aston Villa, and we can see the match time was in BST. So that is how you can use the Fantasy Premier League to gather all of the information from your leagues or fixtures and so on via PowerAutomate and the independent connector, and post them into Microsoft Teams. If you have any questions about this, drop a comment down below and I will be getting back to you as soon as I can and helping you get all of this set up for your company. Thanks for watching another video by me, Flo Joe. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button or select a video on your screen right now to continue learning more about the Power Platform.